Hello and welcome back to episode 41 of Unknown to World Known Club 7. We're back once again with Bayern Munich, and it looks like, finally, we're going to win the league. Let's go and see if we can pull that off today. So just like on Thursday, I've got nothing to run through before we get into the game really, because the last game we played was Thursday's episode against Köln and Leipzig. Today we're going to be playing Hertha Berlin. If we win, we are champions. If we draw, it depends on Dortmund's result tomorrow, I think. No, if we draw, we're champions as well. So, either way, as long as we don't lose, we should be lifting the trophy. And then I think what we're actually going to do is we're going to come back then for the last game of the season. Just because I don't really think you need to watch me play Bochum and Werder Bremen. Let's go and see how we do against Hertha Berlin. And the lineup for today, we've got Kutenge in goal, a back two of Hoffmann and Fran, Castillo on the right wing back, Rao at left wing back, Trujillo in the holding mid, Kolev and Tegan in front of him, Pedri in the number 10, Ocampo and Lambermont up front together. You know what to expect with the front three. They've barely changed. The front three haven't. So here we are for the game that could potentially win us the title. Let's hope we can do so. Hertha Berlin, of course, were in a very good phase when we arrived here. They actually won the last three leagues before we got ours. And then this year they've not really been with it. And maybe it's a bit of an aging squad. I'm not sure, but they certainly haven't kept up with us this year, as Pedri puts us 1-0 up and gets us one step closer to the league title. Of course, this would be our second one in a row and our final one of Bayern Munich, because we will be leaving at the end of the season. That is a guarantee. And there is the chance here that we could have an unbeaten season. Normally, once I've won the league, I then start to rotate the team a lot. I'm not going to be doing that this year because I want that unbeaten season. So hopefully that will be arriving over the next 4 games. Pedri, Lambermont, Tegan. Oh, that should be 2-0 there. But unfortunately, Tegan has managed to put it wide from a great position. Castillo throws it into Lambermont. He plays it back to Castillo, who passes back to Kolev. Ball goes across to the far side of the pitch. Rao crosses it back in, and it's just past Lambermont. He pulls it back for Castillo. Pedri makes it 2-0, and we are now cruising towards the league title. What a start to this game we've had, and the more I think about it... Oh, what's going on here? I don't know what happened then. Everything froze. Looks like we're all good. I think what I'm actually tempted to do... I'm going to be honest. I'm going to level with you here. I don't think... I'm a bit bored of Bayern Munich. I wish I hadn't stayed this extra season. I'm going to be completely honest. I've not been very invested in this season with them. Jorge Luis is behind here. Kutenge makes the save. We might just come back for the German Cup final in the next match of today's episode, and then leave after that. No, we won't. No, we won't. We'll show you the last game of the season, see if we can complete our unbeaten season, and we'll do the Cup and season review tomorrow. There we go. That's how we're going to do it. I'm so used to the old the old release schedule. We'll do the Cup and season review on Tuesday, because there's not an episode of this series tomorrow. We've got 2 days of St. Albans. If you're not watching that, you should definitely head over there. We've had a fantastic start, and it's been a really fun first couple of seasons. So definitely head over there and have a look. as Trujillo gets a goal. It's 3-0, and we are going to be crowned champions at the end of this game. I'm going to say it now. I feel confident in making that statement. Pedri now with a corner, sends it in. Hoffman with a good header, but it's saved by Valletta, who kicks it long straight away. Trujillo wins the header. Rao isn't going to be the first man to that, and he's breaking away a little bit. Jorge Luis back to Vélez. Through for Jorge Luis. And across the box it goes. Fernandez makes it 3-1. We're going to just tell them to focus in an attempt to make sure that we keep control of this. Let's not do anything silly. We know we're capable of it, but let's have none of it, thank you. And we're going to bring Ocampo off because he's struggling with a bit of an injury. We're going to send Stenturk on in his place. Raul throws it in. Marcus clears it away. Jorge Luis goes long, but Hoffman easily deals with that. Plays it forward to Castillo. He goes back to Trujillo, who goes across field to Raul. What a pass. Inside to Tegan. Back to Raul. Great crossing position. Marcus with a great interception. He tried to find it back to Tegan. And Stenturk just unlucky not to nick that pass there. Ball inside. Adele is one-on-one with Ketenge, who makes a fantastic save. We're going to drop down to positive. I hadn't realised they'd gone attacking. So we want to make sure we don't go to attack. That was a fantastic corner, that was. We didn't even see if... I assume Ketenge was about to catch it. We'll never know. Ball comes forward. Hoffman heads away. Kolev is beaten to it by Fernandez. Jorge Luis now finds... I'm not going to attempt that name. Who puts it across the box, and Adele has scored. We're going to man more. We were 3-0 up within 2 minutes of the start of the second half, and now you're at 3-2. Don't do anything stupid, lads. Bakari is going to come on for Hoffman in an attempt to prevent anything stupid happening. Pedri goes back to Hoffman, who goes long to no one. And now Fernandez has got a chance to break forward. And Castillo with a good tackle there. But it doesn't lead to anything. I'll shut up, shall I? We're also going to now bring Rao off for Henrique. Just because I don't like a defender that's nervous. I mean, even just that sentence, you know that's bad news. You just do. So we're not going to allow that. Henrique has instantly got a bruised ankle and is crying about it. I don't care. Deal with it, because we are moments away. Fran heads over the bar. Apparently it skimmed the bar. I didn't see it, but we'll agree to it. Valletta sends it out to the left. Karatovic with a late chance plays it through for Fernandez. Bakari needs to stop this, but they've ended up going back to Karatovic. Bakari heads away well, and Pedri is going to pick this up and run down the other end of the pitch. Gets tackled by the centre-back, but we're at their end with 30 seconds to go. And now 10 seconds to go. Castillo doesn't manage to throw it to Kolev, who was right in front of him. Ball forward. Adele doesn't manage to do anything about it. There it is. Bayern Munich, your Bundesliga champions. As Ketenge walks up to shake hands with someone. And then, for some reason, I'm going to hand the trophy off to Ketenge. Oh. Hey. Bayern Munich, your Bundesliga champions. Now, what we'll be doing next is we're going to come back for the Mönchengladbach game. I think is the last game of the season. And we'll be able to see if we complete an unbeaten season. Hopefully that will be the case. Hopefully, at the very least, we'll be still be on for it going into that game. But let's go and see if that's still the case. And if it is, see if we can complete it. We've just got an achievement as well on Steam. Let's go and see how we do in our final game of the season. And we're back now for the final game of the season against Borussia Mönchengladbach. We are still unbeaten. So we go into this game with a chance to have a unbeaten season for the first time in the series. The first time on my YouTube channel. Let's see if we can pull it off. All we need to do is avoid defeat today. And, well, obviously, for an unbeaten season, we need to avoid defeat. You heard it here first. And we've started well because 35 seconds into the game, Trujillo has been found at the far post and put us 1-0 up. Tegan with the cross. And nobody tracking Trujillo. Or at least nobody tracking him well enough. We're going to drop down to positive. Tegan now on the ball. He's going to bring it towards the right hand side of the pitch. He's got Ditloff to his right. He doesn't need him. He goes all the way into the box. Takes it round his man. And it's been fumbled in by Lambermont for his 29th of the season. It was a little bit of a mess in there. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. So Tegan made this fantastic run all the way around the defence. Cut inside of Cortaz. Drills it in, and it's like Kung and Kiss have kind of both tried to clear it and it's fell behind them. Lambermont slides in and makes it 2-0. However, Kiss and Cortaz trying to make up for how easily they let that happen, and they do so by getting the ball across to the far post. Lees heads in to make it 2-1. We're less than 10 minutes into this game. It has been a very lively start. And a little bit poor from the defence here. A ball over towards the far post. Ditloff beaten in the air. And 2-1. Lees now plays it back to Tukana. He goes across to Aslandalis. Tukana back to Aslandalis. I'm nailing that pronunciation. Lasamba gets tackled by Tegan. But then it's out to the right for Kiss to try and get a cross in. And he does so. And McGowan headed down for Lees, but the referee has called it back. McGowan was offside. Let's demand more here. A clear offside. I didn't see a clear offside. Let's have a look. Gonna put that down as one we've got away with. That's definitely one we've got away with. But we'll take it. And now Hoffman wins his header, but heads it straight to Tukana. And then Ditloff nicks the ball before it gets to Lees very nicely and runs through. Plays it through towards Ocampo, who makes it 3-1 to Bayern Munich. And restores that 2-goal lead just after the 20-minute mark. And it all comes from this run from Ditloff. I thought he was playing the ball through for Lambermont. He leaves it. I think the keeper could have got that if he was a bit more alive to it. But he wasn't. And it's 3-1. Let's praise them now because, you know, they've got us back into a bit more of a comfortable position. And late in the season, Dortmund look like they've actually bottled it a little bit. They could be dropping down to third. Trujillo goes back to Hoffman here, who looks down the right, finds Ditloff, who's got men in the box. Sends it in along the floor. Ocampo gets the shot, but it was blocked. And that is going to be half-time at 3-1. Going to tell them not to get complacent. And we're also going to bring Grunman off for Kolev. Just to, yeah, let him have his moment in the game. They've been two of my stalwarts with Bayern Munich, Kolev and Grunman. So it's only fair. Let them both have a bit of time. Tegan playing as well, because those two are probably going to be the cup final midfield. Lasamba heads wide of the bar there. Wide of the bar? Wide of the post. However, Lees has got a bit of space again down the left. Ball comes in. Hoffman volleys it clear, but Kiss sends it back. Trujillo, Sevdet. Trujillo, Hoffman, Bakari, all the way back to Katenje, and he goes upfield towards Ocampo, who doesn't manage to win his header, but Kolev brings it down, plays it to Tegan. Trujillo spreads it out to Henrique, who's going to go down the left-hand side, crosses it in, and Sevdet hits the post. I mean, I think the keeper probably had it covered. But unfortunately, it doesn't matter either way, because at least we might have got a corner out of it. Lasamba now bringing it down the right-hand side for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Cross it in. Bakari with a bit of a dodgy clearance, and Katenje has absolutely fumbled his save. You don't save those. You do. It was straight at him. So, not great from Katenje there, conceding. Henrique is actually struggling now, but we haven't really got a left wing back on the bench because Rao is injured. It's headed on to Lees, who's going to try and get space down the left. Doesn't manage to do so. Goes back to Yüksel, back to Lees, and ball through for McGowan, and it's 3-3. Let's berate them and look at what we can do. We're going to send Pedri on for Sevdet. If we're playing our final league game, Pedri's got to play a part of it, because he's been instrumental for us, considering when I joined I thought 121 million, it was a bit much for him, but he's largely proved his worth. He's been very good for us. I think he's won Fans Player of the Season possibly every year we've been here. However, a ball headed away to Lees here, and he plays it to McGowan, and Lasamba now coming through. Very dangerous attack here. And Kolev with a very good tackle to take it away from, but then oh my god, we're actually gonna bottle this in the if we lose this final game of the season, we might not even have a cup final. I might quit. We're sending Santurk on up front. I am going to be absolutely livid if this happens. And it looks like it's going to. Katenje with a late goal, free kick, sends it forward, and Hoffman's been beaten in the air by McGowan. Lees is on the wing. Great tackle from Ditloff, who clears it upfield, finds Lambermont. He goes forward and finds Pedri, who heads on towards centre, who didn't get to it. Pedri now sends it across the box. Ocampo at the far post is offside. Clear offside. Let's yeah. And we have bottled an unbeaten season in the final day. Throwing the water bottle at them. I don't have words to say. One game away from an unbeaten season. And they've managed to bottle it from 3-1 up at half-time. Unbelievable. If you have enjoyed that, then please do leave a like down below. Comment if you think we're going to win the German Cup final on Tuesday. And also where you think we're going to end up following the German Cup final, because we are going to be on our way out. Because I've not renewed my contract. I've refused to. And now I'm gone, because that is horrendous. Thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. and we'll see you on Tuesday.